I always think, the why did no one tell me this when I was 20 is that the voice, our voices are breath, right? And breath is at the core of who we are, right? Try stopping doing it for a few minutes and see how that leaves you. And I wish that someone had sat me down at 15 or younger and said, your voice is not just the thing that helps you answer the question in maths or makes you feel embarrassed when you talk to that boy. It's at the center of who you are. It's at the center of your body because it's breath coming out of your lungs, hitting your larynx. And so it's absolutely your identity and what's going to really help you as a human in life and as a woman, particularly, because as you say, women's voices are still often silenced, is to learn how to use it and to learn how to, like you teach, to be centered in your body. And I think there's loads of crossover between face yoga, yoga itself, which, as you know, means yoking, harnessing, and what we teach in voice. But I don't think we make those connections enough. And that's the bit that frustrates me a little bit.
I agree. I think there's so much connection, and even what we talk about in yoga in terms of the throat chakra, and also the massive connection of the throat chakra and our whole solar plexus area. So, particularly as women with the reproductive system and the similarities between the two. I have a yoga teacher friend. I mean, I've been a yoga teacher myself for 20 years, but I have a yoga teacher friend, and I think in every class I've ever attended of hers, because I love going to her classes, she always says, we're going to work on the hips now, so you need to release the jaw.
Yes.
And she calls them sisters. And I love how she calls the jaw and the hips sisters. So often when we are tight around that area in the hips, and we're perhaps going through things to do with our reproductive or hormonal health, this manifests in our jaw and our voice and our throat chakra, and vice versa. So when we're not using our voice, this can often show up as hormonal and reproductive issues as well. But I'll let you talk a little bit more about that, because I want to hear from you today.
I mean, it is this, and it's funny because whenever I go and see my Pilates teacher and we do anything to relax pelvis, I'll go, oh, and I'll touch my jaw. And she's like, you're the only one who noticed. And I think for everyone listening, just to start to notice that, when you do some of those lovely jaw exercises, that it has an impact on your pelvis and it has an impact on your breath and that has an impact on your voice. So simply, things I wish I'd been taught going back in the day. If you're feeling nervous about a meeting, I mean, like I've had a long day today before we're speaking, so I did some jaw massage and I chant.
Yeah.
Because chanting for me, and if anybody hasn't tried it, I love Chloe Goodchild's work on this. She's wonderful. But if you just chant an om or anything that you've been taught in a yoga class, even if you just hum a song you like, it connects you back to the body and it opens up your resonance. And if you chant an open sound, it opens up your throat and it resets your nervous system and it gets your voice out there. And it just put some music on in the car and sing along to something that you love, because it is so fundamental in resetting confidence. And I don't think it's where, we're talking in the UK, your list is maybe all over, but I think in the UK, we don't do enough singing.